brother Jeff from Denver, Colorado was put together in this media, guys.
Stop raping our women! 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 Ethnic genocide! 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 Allow humanitarian access! Allow humanitarian access! Allow humanitarian access! Allow humanitarian access! Stop hurting our mothers! Stop hurting our mothers! Stop hurting our sisters! Stop hurting our sisters! Stop hurting our women! Stop hurting our women! Stop the genocide in Tigray! Stop the genocide in Tigray! Stop the genocide in Tigray! Stop the genocide in Tigray!
وإنها خبرات أخواتنا على ملوك لهم سايبر بار تجراي مبزقت جزية إنجليزية قانقوا زبركم أنا طبعا تجين أجايشنا دقات عمي ياو تجارة لا يمنع الرأي كاب لاس فيغاس تفتو وكل جزية ناوزي غربنا أيو كمون إفريم تجارة لا ينيرو حيزخان بسايبر بار بتجرينيا بمهارنيا قانقاتات نايكوا أمهارنيا تفلتنا لنا قلل لينيرو استريو حزنا دهالنا خنوقع لنا دهنا قصيلنا هاون كور حاونا بركة كيروس نوعدو بزح عالم قلقلين بغازيتنيا هاتنا صحافة تويتر ناقبري نعناون أدفايز نهابي ناي كونتات عدنا ذو اللحيزي بزح سرح سر ذو اللحونا أيو ندقات عملهم معانتقين تزاقاجي زلو مدبنا وحاتكم بأبي أحمد نا إثيوبيا زنهي تقرواي ملو أتقراي قفعتات زي كونس أبي ديسابا خموتاتون أب عالم زلو وحاتنا تقارو كمين قبري خجوكونام سايلنس خقورم زموكرو زلو مقدتات إنا خنمايت لو معانتي زينا بدنا حاونا كاب إسرائيل لو معانتي قرب بروغرام حزنا لكم زنبرنا ندقات أمخوينو جوين خقورنا سلازي كالي يكرتاب مجمر حتىكم جين صباح ويدي صباح عندما نمجيري استخاخيلي قروة حاونا مكورية كوميونيكيشن ياو ليميتد يزال وحيز أقام جزية سلازخوننا زي ناوركو زروا خين وحلكم برخات حوات انكوا دهان مساهم نا سايبر باور اوف تجراي
ክቡራንና ክቡራን ይህ ሳይበር ፓወር ትግራይ ነው። ዛሬ እንደምታውቁት አቶ ማይክ ካሳሁን አማርኛ ብዙም ስለማያውቁ በትግርኛና በእንግሊዝኛ ይቀጥላሉ። እኛ ስለ ዛሬው ፕሮግራማችን በተለይ ደግሞ በአባታችን ብዙ ስልጣን ያላቸው አባ ማቲያስ ማለት ነው። እሱን በደንብ ስላልያዝኩት በዝርዝር እንትን ለማለት ከማበላሸው ቀጥታ ወደ እንትኑን ለመግባት ነው እና ስለሳቸው ጉዳይ ብዙም ተወርቷልና ስለሳቸው ጉዳይ ያለን አስተሳሰብ ልንገልጽ ቀርበናል። ስለዚህ ዛሬውን ዝግጅታችን ከአይተ ማይክ ካሳሁን ማይክ ትግራይ አቶ በረከት ኪሮስ ምናረ እኔ ኤፍሬም ራሴ ሆነን ለምናቀርበው ዝግጅት ከኛ ጋር እንድትቆዩ በትህትና እንጠይቃለን። እናመሰግናለን። ቴንክ ዩ።
Thank you Ephraim يغنيلنا أمحارنيا بدنبي سمعية مزراوا جن يستيكم تازول حق أيد خبرنا أيا جن ولا شتتنا وركناته. Anyway, those of you who are listening to us, mostly I broadcast to you guys in English. Everyone we have in this panel is capable of speaking all those languages. So looking forward to having you guys to join us, and we'll be monitoring the screen for your guys' comments and questions. So anything that you guys bring, like productive discussion, questions, we are more than happy to answer them. So we have the best of the best talented people who have the ability to be able to answer your questions. So we are looking forward to, but the head of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church was recently interviewed, and the video that has been spread around the world is very clear that the Ethiopian dictator has been working 24/7 to silence religious leaders, civilians throughout Ethiopia, and the atrocity in Tigray, the genocide in Tigray, the rape in Tigray continues. So I am going to pass on the baton to our brother, Mr. Barakat. I'm going to have you jump in. ብደስ ዝበለና ቋንቋ በትግርኛ በአምሓርኛ ኤፍሬም እኳ ናብቲ አምሓርኛ ጃምፕ ዝገብር ዘሎ እንታይ ኮይኑ ሎማዓንቲ እዞም ኣቦና እውን ንእሽተይ ክልፕ ናቶም ከስምዕ እየ ግን ቅድሚ ናብኡ ምእታወይ ኣቶ በረከት ሓውና ዕድል ክበካ እየ ካብኡ እምናኣር ሓውና እውን ንእሽተይ ዕድል ክበኩም ቀፂልና ንኣሃቶም ድምፂ ክንሰምዕ ኢና ማለት እዩ
Thank you, Mike, for having me to talk about Abuna Matthias, the Patriarch of Ethiopia Tewahedo Church. His Holiness has been a vocal for the voiceless for the last 3 years, especially the atrocities that is committed across Ethiopia. In many occasions, he spoke eloquently about the predicaments of the people of Ethiopia, in particular in Oromia areas, in Beshagul and Amhara, and the latest, the unprecedented atrocities that is being committed to Tegaru, especially. The magnitude was so high, and also he followed the international news across the globe. He has been silenced for quite some time, not to voice his concern for many of the atrocity being committed in Ethiopia. He was a man of his word, a kind person, and as a religious figure, he has shown many times his contempt to the Abiy administration, and Abiy in particular, with the help of his stooges who are supposed to adhere to the Christianity and follow the steps of the bishop, has been like a cloud, because those people who are behind him are stooges of Abiy Ahmed, trying to undermine his authority, his holiness authority in many occasions. And little that we know, many of us, Tegaru, we've been hammering him with contempt that he was not voicing his concern about the predicaments of Tegaru, what's happening inside their land. That we didn't understand the whole issues around him, that he was silenced and house arrest technically, that he was not able to speak for quite some time. So there is something that all of us, we should learn. We should not be quick to throw darts, poisonous darts, without knowing all the factors, whether to the holiness or to other individuals. I think we should take a lesson that we should be able to understand why, instead of speaking out and send a barrage of insults. That's quite happening in many of the discussions surrounding the issue. So I am glad that finally, with the help of a fellow good Samaritan, I will say, he went to the bishop and he talked openly, and he told him that he was not able to voice his concern to international or domestic news outlet, and he assured him twice he has given an interview, but was suppressed by those people who are subjected to help Abiy Ahmed pro-politica campaign. Therefore, finally, with the help of this Samaritan foreigner, he was able to get the interview through iPhone. That's what it takes, and the world media understood, and many of us understood why he was so silent for so long. And I am glad finally we were able to understand what's going on behind the curtain of the church. Some of, especially a couple of them, if I have to cite, one of the bishop who claims to be a bishop for Arusi, and he is also, I think, some kind of a press, he has some kind of responsibility in the press. He trying to portray that he spoke because he is a Tigrayan, when there are many Ethiopian fellows has been subjected to the same torture and intimidation, which is not absolutely true. He spoke many times about the security, about the church, about the people in Ethiopia, that their security and well-being has been compromised. And also, when he made a statement, he made a statement as a father figure, His Holiness. He didn't say he represent the, what do you call, Guae. He just spoke on behalf of himself. Now, a lot of accusation is being thrown at him that the council did not authorize to speak. I think he have every right as a father figure to speak his mind, and that's what he did. And I think there is a lesson to be taught. Any people who have such kind of authority and figures, they shouldn't be afraid to speak. And he said in many occasions to the United States ambassador that he don't need any protection. He's a free man. He's going to speak his mind to the last. And whatever he faces, he's not afraid of, even if it is a death. So Abiy Ahmed, one of his tactics is to silence, especially like Holiness, because he has a population behind him, about 70 million people who are Orthodox, and that can create a big role and impact. So I think, finally, especially Tegaru, we were able to understand why he was silent for so long. So Abiy is being exposed. He's naked. As they say, the king doesn't have any clothes, so everything that he employed, all his tactics, are exposed. And so we have to talk more about Abiy, his final chapter, rather than talk about Abuna Matthias, that he was very consistent in his message throughout 3 years.
Thank you, Berkat. It's clear. So I think, Amharu, I'm going to give an opportunity to, have your say. Obviously, what we heard, it's very clear. The head of the Orthodox Church in Ethiopia has been silenced for 6 months. Had it not been for this video that was recorded and taken out of the country for the world to see it, we wouldn't be talking about it today. I understand, what Berkat is saying, the cheap shots that's going to be out there, but I want us to focus on the fact that the ability to control a religious figure that is not a politician shows you how scared Abiy Ahmed is and how incompetent he is as a leader of the nation, that he took an oath, lifted his hand to uphold the constitution in Ethiopia. Instead, the Tigray people are being under attack, and religious figures like the Holiness has been silenced. So I'll let you jump in and throw in your thoughts, and I'll play the video, but I'll give Ephraim a chance also.
Okay. First and foremost, I would like to take the opportunity to thank His Holiness Abuna Matthias, the Patriarch of Ethiopia, Ethiopian Orthodox Church. He was the voice for the voiceless. Not only that, he was brave enough to expose what's going on in that country by the current government. After saying that, I want to put it this way. We have to understand first who are these people. When I say who are these people or who are these politicians in power now, behaviorally, or the characteristics of this current so-called government, I don't call them government, a dictator junta, a dictator military junta in power in Addis Ababa, are the character of exactly those people who understand how Hitler came to power, are exactly the same, one and the same. In their speech, they have said repeatedly, they use the tactic of confusion. They confuse, they convince those who can easily convince it, and they intimidate and kill. These three strategies and tactics, they have been used by Hitler in the Second World War, in Germany and elsewhere in Europe. So are exactly these people are following the same system and methodology for political rule. The other thing I want to point out is, for those people who didn't read about the book being written by Abiy Ahmed himself, it's named in Amharic Irkabna Member. Irkabna Member is, it talks about how to capture power, how to be, it talks about the war of Trump, how to be in power, how to govern, and all the details, what he's doing exactly in that. Therefore, for those of us who have been following Ethiopian politics and following the current government, this was not a surprise. Actually, His Holiness, somehow he's lucky. He's lucky they didn't kill him. He's lucky he didn't get poisoned. That was a possibility. Now, he exposed them, he spoke his mind, he's out in the media, somehow he's protected. If he didn't do that, they could have killed him. I would like also to say this is not new to me, because the same tactic has been adopted and done on many politicians in Ethiopia. It has been done on Jawar Muhammad, Bakala Garba, rest in peace, General Saare, rest in peace, Engineer Simanyo Bakale, and a lot of them who are in jail. Anybody who resisted them, anybody who questioned his moves, he will be tried to be confused. They will try to confuse him. If two of the possibilities are not working, they will intimidate. If the intimidation doesn't work, they will definitely kill. This is it. On top of that, we're talking about individuals, but beyond individuals, the whole country, especially the epicenter of the resistance, Tigray and Oromia, they are on a continuous attack. Oromia is forgotten now, right? But Oromia was cut off from communication, cut off from power. It has been bombarded by air raid and heavy artillery for 2 months before the Tigray conflict. Before Oromia, you remember how they took out the Somalian leader, Abdi Ile. They created a fabricated conflict between the Oromo pastoralists and the Somalian pastoralists, and they accused Abdi Ile. And then by power, they replace him with a new guy who was their member for a long time. And then they put him in power. They have tried the same thing in Benishangul, in Gambela, on all regions. The only strongest resistance is going on is in Tigray and Oromia. And we're fighting them. Actually, they are losing now. Therefore, the behavior of the current government, not the government, the dictatorial Junta Abiy Ahmed, his character is confusion, convincing, trying to confuse, intimidate, and kill. Pure dictatorship, pure destruction. Therefore, the case of His Holiness Abuna Matthias is not different either. So this is what exactly happened. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Amnare. Ephraim, you want to jump in, throw something in there, or do you want to switch into Amharu?
That's fine. I mean, I think my brothers are already explained deeply enough, but I'm just trying to say something regarding the head Ethiopian Orthodox Church, Abuna Matthias. Abuna Matthias, as you know, he's been in the head of Orthodox Church since 2013. And not only heading the Orthodox Church, but he's also helping Abiy Ahmed to stabilize the entire country. He's been going to help the conflict between Tigray and the federal government. He's been going all over in Ethiopia to help him stabilize the country, because he was not competent enough, Abiy Ahmed, to govern the country. Not only in the past 3 years, but also now. He's not able to stabilize the entire country. The entire country is shaking. So the head of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church has said that the atrocity actually confirmed that the atrocity, especially he said, especially in Tigray, but it's all over in Ethiopia. There is atrocities. There is a genocide. There is no, he doesn't even have a freedom of speech for his own, for himself, when he's one of the top head of the one very dominant religion in Ethiopia, Orthodox Church. He didn't have any chance to say something about what's going on in Ethiopia right now. So what is going on? What's going on? What is Abiy Ahmed is doing at this time? It's clear now Abiy Ahmed is killing everyone. Everybody's on, especially for those who speaks Tigrinya. It doesn't matter if they are in power or not. They are under house arrest. They have no right to speak. They have no right to say anything. They are in power. Just some of those who are in power, they have no right to say anything or to advocate their own people. Not only their own people, but the entire Ethiopia. So he just had an opportunity, a visitor who is from American citizen, a white male who knows Abuna Matthias in the past. He wanted to say hi to them, and they have discussed about what's going on, the political situation in Ethiopia. And he took his own phone and he asked them what's going on, and he captured a little bit of sentences from them that was published. And we were able to see and heard what Abuna Matthias is, the current situation of Abuna Matthias. So we were lucky. I was thinking, like, what is those religion doing? Are they still supporting the genocide going on in Tigray, in Ethiopia? Can they say something? But I was like, myself, I didn't know what's going on. But now it's clear that Abiy Ahmed is taking away the freedom of speech that we had in the past. we were expecting a little bit of change or reform, but the reform is actually turning around to the darkness. There is no reform now. The reform is totally, it's taken away the freedom of speech. People are killing each other. He's killing, actually. The Ethiopian troops are killing. We have seen a lot of pictures that the Ethiopian troops are killing innocent Ethiopians on the street of the Ethiopia, on the street of the road. They are destroying infrastructure in Tigray. They are looting. They are sending invitation for Eritrean troops to come and kill Ethiopians. So what's going on in Ethiopia is so sad. And since the fighting erupted in November with Tigray, we've seen a lot of damage in Tigray. Even civilians, all the whole infrastructure is destroyed. So Abuna Matthias, I don't know what's going to happen to them, but I think we need a real reform. Abiy Ahmed needs to go away, and our Tigrayan people need justice as soon as possible. So thank you so much. Most of them is already been explained by Barakat and Amharu and yourself, but I just want to add something about reform. Thank you so much.
Mike, if I may add that I forgot to mention one thing, that Mahara Kudusan is an ironic name of Amhara politicians pretend to be religious leaders. The slope of the iron curtain of the Orthodox Church is exposed during this time because it has been marred with so much secrecy behind the walls of the church. And the Mahara Kudusan has been an instrument for Abiy and his followers to intimidate the patriarch and other concerned citizens within the hierarchy of the church. So I'll take this opportunity to ask fellow dedicated Christian followers to support His Holiness in any way they can. And I will take this opportunity also to thank in Juma for those Orthodox followers their support for His Holiness, and we like to see in other parts of Ethiopia to voice their concern for the well-being of His Holiness. He is always with his prayers, and also we have to support to the Holiness. And I will call all Ethiopian followers of Tawhado at this time to give him full support.
Thank you, Ata Barakat. So I'm going to just play a short clip of what he spoke, and then we'll switch it, I think, to Amharic and Tigrinya.
In Tigray, in particular, many barbarisms have been conducted.
So that's just credit to Brother Jeff, who's also been working hard for us.
Based on this issue, I've tried several times to declare it and have wanted to stop the event. Unfortunately, all my messages have been banned and prevented. As a result, all my efforts came to nothing. This is because I'm not allowed to speak. I spoke out and they held it back. I spoke out again and they held it back. Until now, I have not had the opportunity to display my message through the media. Dear all beloved, what you have to know is the problem I have faced. I know that what is happening in Ethiopia in general and in Tigray in general are heathen deeds. I have said a lot of things, but no one allows the message to be displayed. It is being stifled and censored. It is clear that the problem is everywhere, like in Oromia, Benishango, Shoarwit, and so on. What is happening in Tigray is particularly the most difficult and gravest so far. What is happening in Tigray is one of the highest brutality and cruelty. By the way, not only I, but the whole world knows this truth. When the world people
background
That's part of the editing.
Oh, okay.
So, بقولوا يكرتا دمز السمعهم ياو برادر جيف دنفر اديت ناغور يحجز الناس لزلو زحجز وسوات دمز يتسمعنا رؤو ناتنا كنترول يكون سوري እና anyway بحصير نحن حيزي ያው ዝንሄ ግፍዒ ዝግበር ዘሎ ብአብይ አሕመድ ሪና ይና ሒዚ ተኾነ ሒዚ ሲኤንኤን ትማር ዘውፅኦ ቪድዮ ኣሎ ይና 8 ደቂቃን 54 ሰከንድ ዝኸውን ተሪኢኹም ኣሕዋት ናይ እቲ ርዳእታ ተባሂሉ ዝኸይድ ዘሎ ካብ መቐለ ናብ ካሊእ ከተማታት ትግራይ ሃገረሰብ ዘሎ ሞ ይቕረይ ከተማታት ትግራይ ንባዕሉ ምግቢ ከይሓልፍ ህዝብና ከይበልዕ ህዝብና ኮነ ኢሎም ዘጭርሽዎ ዘለው ሒዚ እንተኾነ ሒዚ ደጋጊመ ኣነ እዚኡ ዝሕርነኒ ዘናደኒ ታዩ ኣምሓር እዮም ህሊት ኣምሓሩ በልናዮም ገለበልናዮም ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ወታደር ንሃገሮም ክከላኸሉ ዝግብኡ ዝነበረ ተጋሩ ብዘርእነቶም ካብ ኢትዮጵያ ውትድርና ዝኩሉ ዓመት ተገልጊሎም ተኣሲሮም ምንም ዝገበርዎ ዘይብሎም ሃገር ትግራይ ኢትዮጵያ ንወራሪ ሓይሊ ሻዕብያ ንኤርትራ ሕግደፋውያን ተዋሃበት ብኣምሓራ እሊት ብኣብይ ኣሕመድ እያ እዚ ፀገም ዘለና ግን ንሕና ደጋጊምና ንብለኩም ተጋሩ ትሪእዎም ኣለኹም ኣብዚ ግሩፕ ሒዝዮም ዝልጥፉም እነዩ እዞም ጳጳስ ናይ ቤተ ክርስቲያን ሃይማኖት ኩሉ ኢትዮጵያ ኦርቶዶክስ ዝኾነ ብክብሪ ሰርቪስ ዝህቡ ንሃገሮም ሃይማኖት ባየስ እዮም ኢሉ ፅሕፍ እኒሀ ንኣብነት ኣብዚ ይርኢ ኣለኹ ኣነ እዚኡ ንሕና ተጋሩ ግን ዝሓለፈ ይኣኽለና ሒዚ እኒሀ ግፍዒ ይኣኽለና ሓደ መስመር ኣቲና ግን እዚ ነገር እዚኡ ንሕና ኮነ ኢሎም ንህዝብና ከጥፍእዎ ተወጊሶም ዘለው መንነቶም ፀላእትና ጋርሂና እንተርእናዮ ኣነ ብናተይ ርእቶ ከብዝሐልኩም ኣይደልን እየ እዚ እየ ዝብል ኤፍሬም መጀመርታ ባሃ ክጅምር እየ ባክወርድ ክንከይድ እዚኡ ብእንግሊዝኛ ገሪፅናዮ ኢና ብትግርኛ ንእሽተ ሕትርሕ ረቢና ንግለፆ እሞ ካብኡ ናብቲ ኣምሓርኛ ክትኣትዉ ኢኹም ግዜ እንተሊ ናብቲ መጨረሻ ሰዓት ተይመልአና ናይቲ ናይ እስራኤላዊ ዝኒአ ሓውና ዝበልኩም እውን ናይ 5-10 ሚኒት ሕፅርሕ ረቢልና ምእንታ ክነብል እየ ሕፅረ ቢለ ዝዛረብ ዘለኹ እና ኤፍሬም መድረክና ማኻ
ጽቡቅ ክብረት ያበለይ ማይክ እና እንታይ እዩ እቲ ሜን ነገር ኣሕዋትና ተጋሩ ክትፈልጥዎ ዝግባኩም ሓደ አባታችን አቡነ ማቲያስ ናይ ጠቅላላ ናይ ዓለም ናይ ኦርቶዶክስ ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ናይ ኦርቶዶክስ አባት እዮም ብዙሕ ኣብ ኢትዮጵያ ዝነበረ ሽግር ኣብ ትግራይ ዝነበረ ሽግር ክፈትሑ ላዕልን ታሕትን ይብሉ ነይሮም እዮም እዚ ጥራሕ ዘይኮነ ዝነበሩ ኩለን ናይ ጀኖሳይድ ናይ ምፍንቃል ናይ ዘርኢ ምጥፋእ ኩነታት እንዳነብዑ ተንበርኪኾም ክሳብ ሕዚ ይጽልዮም ነይሮም ኣና ተጋሩ ከም ተጋሩ መጠን ኣባና እውን ክነስተኻኽሎ ዝግበአና ነገር እንታይ እዩ ብዙሓት ኣብ ሚድያ ዝዘረቡ ዘረባታት ነይሮም ቅድሚ ሕዚ እንታይ እዮም ኦርቶዶክስ እውን ድያ ምስ መንግስቲ ወጊና ምስ ኣብይ ኣሕመድ ወጊና ናይ ዘርኢ ምጽናት እንዳተገበረ ከሎ ዘይዛረቡ ገለመለ ዝበሃል ዘረባታት ነይሩ ሕዚ ንሕና ኣብ ስራሕ ዘለዎ ይኹን ኣብ ስራሕ ዘየለው ተጋሩ ብዛዕባ ተጋሩ ጨኪኖም ወይም ድማ ባንዳታት እዮም ገለመለልካ ንኩሉ ሽም ምውፃእ ክንቁጠብ ክነስተኻኽሎ ዝግበአና መሲሉ ይስማዕኒ ኣነ ምንታ ኣብኡ ክጅምር ደልየ ምክንያቱም ናይ ሰብ ውሽጣዊ ኩነታት ብፍላይ ድማ ብትሕቲ ፀላኢ ዘለው ተጋሩ ኣብ ምንታይ ዓይነት ፖለቲካዊ ኩነታት ከም ዘለው ንፈልጦ ነገር የለን بتعمي زجنانق أب تحت تيت أب تحت خارة أب تحت شكانات يوموري أم زلو حزبنا سلازي زوم أبهاشن أبونا ماتياس يهونو كالوت مكلاكيا زنورو أحواتنا خون يقولوا أب نفس وقف صراح أب نعمل الصراح زلو تقراوا يزبله بملؤه انتاي أب منتا عينت حدقة هم زلو يرأس لزلو كله بصراحة زلو ويم دما من فيدرال صراحة السر حساب كله حما نجار نتقراوي زحسب غيرنا تزين وسط صبوي زلو خناتات تنري صبوي قاليون بيتسب كلويو حدار كلويو دو قولعو كلويو نقولعو خبل ندموز خبل سو يلوت خناتات ندارعي صرح زهلو سب كل يهالي نجار جن نتزقبر زلو نايزر منصنات خناتات دقيفو يو إلكام الزراب كنستاخل لنا خالي أبداً هذي بتستزاروا قلت قينو له أب تحتي أبي مالت كاب درج زبعسة سرعتيو ناي إسياس أفور كمان قد زختل زلايو كلهم مفتحتات بمقتال بمدفع بمأسار إيو ناي بوليتيكا فلالات فتح زدل زلو قدم هذي زي بصراحة مسي أهديك دينيرو بصراحة أنا أهديك سرعتي فلت دي الكون كتحسب أبزي تقول اللخنات ينازل لنا هناتهم قدم حزب زنوارا ناي بوليتيكا فلالات والسنات سبات بوليتيكينياتات تأثيرهم يوصوا وين درفت تأثيرهم يوصوا مبر كم زي زبال عين زفتتا سبز قطللو عبيتي ناي مواقر ناي منقص مواقر الصرحو زي زارولو وين دما استزارو سانسور ندا تغبره كمينا ميديا زي تحلالفولو كنتات رينا سمعنا نفلت سلازي افتحزر له كنتات بطعم حماق كنتات سلازرلو وزي تردينا خغبر زغبو ነገር ታይና ክንገብር ዝግባና እዚ ብዝተኻለ መጠን ንክወፅሕሉ ዝኽእል ሰብ ምግባር ኣብ ንሰርሖ ናይ ኣድባኮ ስራሕታት ክንጠናኸር ምግባር ኣባታችን እውን ንሂወቶም ዘስግእ ነገር ንኸይህሉ ኩሉ ሰብ ክሰምዖ ኩሉ ሰብ ክሪኦ ብፍላይ ድማ ኣብ ዲያስፖራ ዘለና ሰባት ሴናተር ይኹን ናይ ፖለቲካዊ ስልጣን ዘለዎም ሰዓድ ይኹኑ ሴኩሪቲ ካውንስል ይኹን ኩሉ ንኽፈልጦን ንኽሪኦን ክንገብር ክንክእል ኣለና ዝብል እምነት ኣለኒ ይቀኒየለይ
Thank you, Ephraim. كاوصلنا يا أمنعري كم ترى خيو تدرجمنا تنوحنا ترجم يقولنا أحسن بالكا بالتجرينيا عنك خاني أو تجيب عسر رحزة بهزونا شقونا دما تجري ترايد كونسي أديس أبا أقوم تاتون يتيب أمود زلة تجرواي دقات أم خوينم زم ناي بيت كريستيانات حلافي هوتهم مكان معرو نموت يفرحني لو موت أمكم بيجرم الزراهم ያው ዘድንቅ ኸውን ኣለዎ አንቶ በእንግሊዝኛ እውን ኣቶ በረከተና ብዙሕ ገሪፅዎ እዩና ኣስረቢልካ ሲ ህዝብና እዚ ሰሚዑ ሲ ሞራል ዓብይ ሞራል ኮይኑ እቲ ሓቅነት ግን ይወፅእ ኣሎ እዚ ኢትናተይ ሓቅነት ሲ ኣይጠፍእን እዩ ብዚያ እንተገበርካዮ ዝነኾለ ዕትሮ ብደገ እንተ ጨጊንካዮ ማይ ሒዙ ፀኒሑ ፅንሕ ኢሉ فسيسو دوتيني زسبر سلازيو السرح زلو في بإساياس النا بأبي أحمد نحنا ياو دقاقي من أقدم حيزم إلايينا زم أو نزبل ووغن زم باباس انتهي سمعت كاغب لكاية
ما أنا تعمس لك مالت بتناتي ررار عندي خيد خلنا نزدل إن خلت 3 سنوات بتاعت الله أبونا ماتياس كم أكل بحرسب تعدي بالتي لو تحب الله قفعي كم سب خاطرهم كم سب مصلب تعفينه كم سب راح قناعة تقراوي بمخانم كع specifically كونه تواهيلو سم على نملكت كفكولو نملكت كف بالكا تقرا له بالكا عافهم عفينكا زغبر تغوار مخانه يزرد مسوده تحايز تايو بترغاغام ابي احمد عاد سينجل سبي وإذا يربح حد من تراسب كون غدي من تراسب سلطات كلت عقمي زلوا سبا يكون نحنا تجارب كردنا زقبو تي عبل علينا زبصح زل قفعي أمحارنا يزارو دا أمبر أمحارا يترحون يكون ناي إثيوبيا بهرتنينت زبحال زكايد محبرسب على نمان يوم زبنا إثيوبيا بهرتني زكايد أما تصوم درجوان يوم قال يوم نايت نقصاو سرعتنا هلا سلاسي زنور يوم عفتنا شوا بوليتيكا حسابات ناي بلاتا هاي لما رمز حفنو يكتوكم شواويان يوم دلو ناي شوا بوليتيكان ناي تقرأي بوليتيكان عدملو كعتا قاديو تسانيا يفلتن تهاجر نقرو خافت أطران المرسات كاد هاجر يكون تنديا تفلالي بحقد اللي تزلو عنديو كم مسرته بلش مخانو حدا نقري تحيزي اكزيست قبر زلو خان تحيزي زني كل قفحن مكران نريو زلنا هو حات حماع سلازي نبر تقارن تهاجر نساس سلازي ترحنا حمد دفاعو سلازي وطا يكون تزني حيل بحريو نتاوي حمد زبحال دقيفو تطقوم بلو زني حاد عبارة زي رب حساب دقيفو زني ناي إثيوبيا بهرتنينت زبحال حيل إثيوبيا بهرتنينت بسورخ اكزيست قبر دو انتلنا إثيوبيا بهرتنينت زبحال يلن ناتو إثيوبيا زبحال زيغنتي كردو زبحال حذف توشتي إثيوبيا بهرتنينت تاغارو وننيو أوزي فريم حاوي تطلو زلا خاصة خير الدنيا باندا زبحال يزارو زبحال باندا قنالو يترسل كي قنوع خوين باندا تبهال خلو خونيو وص جيغاتات فتسبيو تنهات كا خوين باندا تتبهايلو ون بروتكشن عمبر حماق نقر يكون باندا تبهال كله عالتقعات كيوعل يزبلنبر قصا يكون لازم باندا زبهال يترا أرقا ورتا قرآن هذي باندا نا إثيوبيا بهرتني دقاف خوينو تمالي قال حزب تግራይ ጋይ كبار تግራይ قال سي إلو ጨርሕ ይዞሰ ካዲ حماق سبي باندا يخولان نارقاوي زمدنا يخول بود عددة تخون قرباي كمان ما نو قرا خون غير تغبارو سرح باندا نز باندا زين تاينا مخنو دكتور ابراهيم توهايلكم في لزنيه مسلوي تايخو هو باندا مغلغل درغاواني نبيو تايخولو باندا خولو نالان قصر نخلينا ስለዚህ በአንዳ ዝባሃላይ ንፍራሐየ ትውልደሊ ንኩሉ ኸቢል ላይ ንለጥፍ ጥቦ እንተ ተባሃለ ግን ቁንዕ ኮይኑ እንተ ተባሃለ ፕሮቴክሽን ይንዑ ኸይጥቃዕ ብዙም ደርጋዋን ዚያቱ ብዙም ጨፍጨፍቲ ሓረቲ ኸይጥቃዕ ፕሮቴክሽን ዳበር ሕማቕ ነገር ይኮን በአንዳ ትባሃል ዝሕሞ ሰብ ተሃሊ ዳ በአንዳ ስለ ዝኾነ ካብ ስድራ ካው ኩሉ ኸዲ በአንዳ ሕማቕ ኮይኑ ሕማቕ እንታ ካብ ሞት ገሮ ትሬም ሓው ካው እንታይ ይኹሰልካ ደሊ ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ብሄረተኝነት ዝባሃል ኤግዚስት ይገብርን نزمت جزء ودب نزمت جزء أخستاي زجلجل عم محدار إثيوبيا زسرت حيل therefore نفتنا أورثودوكس church نحرسنا خوينا تعرف كم أمنت جيجا بلا شبان أورثودوكس نشحات عمتات قدمينا جبس أورثودوكس ممسو أبوخسوم ناتقبأ نقص أبوخسوم ناتمهارد يعقون أشيز فريلا جبرة جب النزام فرمخانو نخلو خسكيس زعبي محبرسبنا زعبي مخانو موراليتي نخلو حق قلبونا هاللي موراليتي هاللي نعبد شو محبرسب زفريت مخانا كلنا نقولتين إتا administration part جن في الله تحزي دقاقيبنا من العلوم زعبانا محبر قدسان أورثودوكس بيت خريستيان إثيوبيا نتبهل تسنعت حاجر واننت قوة أمدولي إثيوبيا أورثودوكس خريستيان أوني تقورني إمنتي ስለዚህ ትናይ ማሕበረ ቅዱሳን ምምሕዳር እዩ ዝኹሉ ግፍዕ ዝገብር ዘሎ እዚኦም እንመን እዮም ኢትዮጵያ ብሄረተኛ ይበሃሉ ኢትዮጵያ ብሄረተኛ እንታይ ናይ መንነት ፀገም ዘሎ ምሕብእ እያ ናይ ቀተልቲ እያ ናይ ጉማት እያ ንውሰድ ንዳንኤል ክብረቶም ንግዝዖም ሸጓጉጦም ዝኣቱ ካድረታት ማለት እዩ ስለዚ ክድርዶ ዝግበአና ኣብይ ኣሕመድ ኢልና ጥራሕ ናይ ሓደ ኦፍ ኮርስ ዝመርሕ ዘሎ ስለዝኾነ ብኡን ፀርሖ ኢና ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ብሄረተኝነት ግን ሓደጋ ንብሄር ብሄረሰባት ዝበሃላ ኤግዚስት ተገይሮም ማለት እዩ ከም ናተይ ድሌት ግን ዝብስሩ ኢትዮጵያ ዝበሃል ኮንሰፕት ተጋሩ መመሊስና ከም ወለድና ቪክቲም ካብ እንኸውን ካብዚ ናይ ኢትዮጵያውነት ዝበሃል ብሂል ተንወፅእ نحبعلنا قداي نقبروا لخونة تنفتر ناس هاجرنا تنمسرد ناس هاجرنتنا إحنا نفت نوبريوها زي نبرة خوينا يكون تمالو عاصم منبرة منجست نيرا تمالي تقرأي عباي هاجر كوينا مسكعلت هاجرات الناقر نيرا بوليتيكا تسرح نيرا أورومي والله أمحراي تبعي الحزب تفتر والله جزع والله إكزيس زي قبر زي نبرة محورسي سرعة منجست أو بيلو هاجر كوم زي يخلوني سلازي إثيوبيا زبحال كونسبت بروجكت خلينا نوصل لخونة تنفتر تجار أو زخل زي أبا ماتياس وين إثيوبيا تبال هاجر كاوزا قلقلو تقرأ عدم تزقلقلو مرصلهم يزبلان أفتنا إثيوبيا زبحال حتوختو أفتنا إثيوبيا زبحال سنبيهل نتهجارو زدلع لتفق نتهجارو زدختم موائلنا ولدنا قد ولدنا الموائل زدختمهم زحريز مالسهم هل بعدمنا أياتنا زقور وطعري زيرو نخون وانجل نخون تكبر حاجر زي أن حلو نحب حلو نحاسبلو هبكع خلالو زي تجاوك عقل هزوكن دقاقبنا عوية حمر تخالق خالق موسيو ما تسعوت خير نخون زين لذي بهيرة تنينة إثيوبيا زبحال إكزيست يقبر زي قلنا إثيوبيا اللو خمت زي قلنا أمريكا سنة خمت زي قلنا ناي أستراليا ناي إنجليز نوصلو تقراهوت نتنا خيقدفنا مالتي زي قلنا إثيوبيا خنبرنا خلي عمت عطا إثيوبيا قن مسارته بلشو حما مقلقل جزاتي مدفعتي بلعتي سرقتي زخون هاجري زي نقال الصحاب البيئة ناخير نوحلكم خاوزنا عقب زحب تدارو كون قداسي قون أو زي قن نسرح له تقارز بدون
توكل يا قبلنا يا أنا قبل أيه كاو قتلنا بركات يا وسمع حي خات زنيه بتقريني أنا بورو إلنا نزقر وزلنا أنا جين ناتي حنت تساقم بس نزل حيزي باسبورتك حدث سي إثيوبيا شم تسترز الليلة أو يوم أمريكا وأنا بزيادة قيم الله خوينا أنا بخا مدرة
يغني اللي أنا كوا بزح كابتن تبهالة زبس خلو نجار يلن جن حدا كفلة تجبوا نجار مجمرة بنا وعلتنا كن جمرة لنا بعد خا قال الخايست أي اسمه خالي بزح ترجمكو أي خلل نا نحنا مجمرة تخونات زي فلتنا تتصاقمهم زي فلتنا تشجرهم زي فلتنا بزح على السوشيال ميديا كمان زي يحل نجارات لقدس باتراري كبونا انتاي خوينهم انتاي رشيعمنا ناتوهالة زي يدلي زرباتات على السوشيال ميديا يدبر نيرو سلزي I think تشجر تلزي فلتنا حدا جزي بسمع التلفافيخة دحر كتمولسو زي تخل قال على السوشيال ميديا مدبراي صبق مسيله يسمعني تو حدا لسن كن مهارة قبلنا نقرت هاليو ولدتها يبلو حنكاس لوريو فرسين يمولسون يبلو أي مالتيو زن نعقو نقرات كل جزء ترجاجيمو على السوشيال ميديا كنا تفكله باي ستاندرد لخون سبات حكي مصله سلازي أو زي قرب مستوعب يدليو بخالي عنتو ناي محبر قدسان زبالو أنا ناي أمحارا ناي بوليتيكا كنفيهم زياتهم بهايمانوت سمجيرهم أبتناي أورثودوكس بتخريستيان بفلاي زي 10 عامات زي وشتي أتيوم أبتناي بتخريستيان منفساوينت ززرقو ناي بوليتيكا كادريتاتي زبلو إيوم دمه لمنتاي كم زيز بالزلخو أباتاشين شديست ورحت راح يكون لخلت عمت زأكل أو إثيوبيا زلو ناي سيكوريتي سجم تو بتخرجهن ناي مكتصان أحسبوهم نانبعو لتزاروا له جزء حدا يخلته يكوني بزح جزء لتم صلاة تقول لهم زي فوتو زي كحدوا زي كاليو نا طرح خزي اب تግራይ زي هو اب تግራይ تفصيلو زلو اب خالي بوتاتات هم عينت شجر ايتفطري ازي تخكل عالم لفلطه ስለዚህ ናትግራይ ልወይኑ እዩ ጆኖሳይድ እዩ ኢትኒክ ክሊንሲንግ ኢሎም ክናገሩ ተለው حق መሰረት ገይሮም እዮም እና ልኽሰስሉ ኣብነትን ውቀስሉ ኣብነት ነገር የለን እቲ ዓለም ዘሎ እቲ ዓለም ዝዛረበሉ እቲ ዓለም ልተናገሩ እዮም ደጊሞም ተናጊሮም ማለት እዩ እና ሓደ ዚ ክፍለጥ ኣለዎ ንሕና ተጋሩ ኣባና በፂሑ ዘሎ ግፍዒ ብዙ ስርዓት እዚ I don't know ምናልባት ኣብ ካልኣይ ዓለም ዝተገበረ እዩ ትበልኩም ምግናን ኣይኮነን ብሓቂ ኣብ ትግራይ ዘይተገበረ እምበር ዘይተሰምዐ እምበር ዘይተገበረ ነገር የለን ሞር ላ ሰማዕና ክንኸተለና እቲ ሽግር እውን እናረአና ንኸይድ ኢና ክሳዕ ዘኽቲ ጆርናሊስት ተኸልኺሎም ከይርዩ ሰባት ካብ ከተማ ወፂኦም ኣብ በረኻ ከም ኣራዊት ሰፊሮም ካህናት እናተሓረዱ ኣብ ኣኽሱም ሽሕ ልኸውን ሰብ ኣብ ዝተፈላለየ ቦታታት እዚ ኩሉ ግን እዞም ናይ ኣብይ ደገፍቲ ሓንቲ ቃል ስሚዖም ኣይፈልጡን ናታቶም ክርስቲያንነት ኣበይ እዩ ካህናት ላተሓረደ ቤተክርስቲያን ላፈረሰ መስጊድ እናፈረሰ ክሳዕ ዛኽዝ እንዛረበላ እዋን ቀዳማይ 73 ሰባ ሓደ ቤተክርስቲያን ኣቕሽቲ ተሓሪዶም እዮም እዛ ቤተክርስቲያን ሓንቲ ቃል ኣውፅኦም ኣይፈልጡን መጽሓፍቲ እናተቃጸለ ናይ 1000 ዓመታት እናተሰረቀ ስለዚ ብሓቂ እዚ ቤተክርስቲያን ናይ ዓብይ ካድሬታት መእከቢ እምበር ናይ ሃይማኖት ፍልፍል ከም ዘይምዃኑ ኣብዚ 3 ዓመት ውሽጢ እዚ ርኢናዮ ኢና እና ብሓፂሩ ለይ ምድግጋም እንታይ ክብል ደልየ ንሕና ካብዚ እንታይ ንምሃር እዩ ናይ ሰብ ሽግርን ኩነታት ተዘይፈለጥና ተለይልና ዝመሰለና ሓሳብ ኣብ ሶሻል ሚድያ ምድብራይ ድሓር ክንመልሶ ኣይንኽእልን እሞ ካብዚ ክንጥንቀቕ ኣለና እቲ ሓደ ሓደ ስማት ዝወሃብ ብሓቂ ኣንቶ ምንረይልዎ እዩ እቱ ናትና ፀገም ካብ ፀላእትና ኣይኮነ እዩ ዝመፅእ እቲ ፀገም ካብ በዓልትና እዩ ብተደጋጋሚ እዚኣ ብታሪክ እውን ዝረአናያ ነገር ስለ ዝኾነ እዚ እውን ድሕር ካብ ታሪክ ክንመሃር ኮይንና ኣብ ማእኸልና ብፍላይ ዘሎ ብትኽክል ክንገልፆን ብትኽክል ካብ ስም ምጥፋእ ዘየድሊ ስማት እናሃብካ ካብ ምርሕዓቕ ኣብቱ ከቀራርበና ዝኽእል ነገራት ላስራሕና ካብዞ ዝኒኦ ሽግር ክንወፀሉ ንኽእል ወይ ክንኣልየሉ ንኽእል ሓደ ሓደ ነገራት እናማዕረርና ተኸደና ፅቡቕ ዝብል ግምት ኣለኒ እዩ እቲ ቃልሲ ፀላእል ምፍራይ ኣይኮነን እቲ ቃልሲ ፈተውቲ ልምጥራይ እዩ ፀላእትናማ ኸቢቦምና እዮም ስለዚ ንሕና እውን ማእኸልና ዝግበር ሓደ ሓደ ናይ ምርድዳእ ብፅቡቕ መንፈስ ተረዳዲእና እቱ ህዝብና በፂሕዎ ዘሎ ሽግር ክንቐርፈሉን ክንወፅሐሉን ዝኽእል ትልምታት እናተለምና ትኸድና እዩ ከወፃፅአና ዝኽእል ኣብ ማእኸልና ምክፍፋል ዘየድሊ ምክፍፋል ኣብ ፀርፊ ኣብ ሓደ ሓደ ምንም ነገር ኣይጠቅምን ብፀርፊ ድማ ልትነደቐ ዓዲ የለይ ብፀርፊ ድማ ምንም ውፅኢት ዘምፅአ ነገር የለይ ስለዚ ድሕሪ ትግራይ ከም ትግራይ ክትቕፅል ኮይና ምክኣል ክህለ ኣለዎ ምርድዳእ ክህለ ኣለዎ ምክብባር ክህለ ኣለዎ ዋላ ብሓሳብ ለይንሰማምዖ እና ብሓቂ እቱ ናትና ወይ ድማ ድሌት ብዙሕ እኳ እንተኾነ ላብቲ ድሌት ንምብፃሕ ግን ናትና ሓድነት ዘይንቕለቕ ሓድነት ኣላያ እዩ ትግራይ ማእኸል ጌርና እሞ ንልመፅእ ነገራት ተፃወርቲ ኮይንና ትግራይ ማእኸል ጌርና ክንሰርሕ ልቦና ይሃበና እየ ክብል ልደሊ ይቐኒየለይ
ثانك يو እሞ ፕሮግራምና ቅድሚ ምዕታውና እዛ ቪድዮ ሕፅረ ቢለ እምበር ነዋሕ እያ ናይ 8 ደቂቃ ገለ ስለ ዝኾነት ናይ CNN ዝበልኩም እያ ዝወፅት ሎማዓንቲ ከመይ ገይሮም ሓቢኦም ካሜራታት ከም ዝቀረፅዎ ትገልፅ እያ ብነዋሕ እንተሪኢኹም ኣብ CNN ኣብዚኣ ግን ኤግዛምፕል ክወኩም እየ ናይ ኤርትራ ወታደር ከም ድልየቶም ኣብ ሃገርና ሒዚ እንተኾነ ሒዚ ይዕንድሩ ከም ዘለዉ ንክትፈልጡ እየ እዚኣ ዘርእዮ ዘለኹ እታ ቪድዮ
by Ethiopia's National Defense Force in its Tigray region, a government visibly flexing control. We traveled outside of the capital Mekelle, across the region to see if the Ethiopian government has kept its promises to the world. Unimpeded aid access and the withdrawal of their Eritrean allies. The conflict for control of Tigray blazes on. Days earlier, these Tigrayan forces fighting for regional autonomy pushed out Eritrean troops from this town. As we arrive, one young man, Kassa, wants to show us where his father, brother, and cousin were taken and executed just days ago. The blood is still visible. It stains the ground. They didn't want to wash away his blood. He says they wanted to leave it there. The body they took to the graveyard, but the blood, the place where his father was executed, the family still wants that place marked. Just a few meters from where Kassa's father died, his brother and cousin were executed. Murdered, he says, by Eritreans, the same Eritreans who were supposed to have withdrawn. We return with Kassa to his family. In total, just this one family lost 7 loved ones less than a week ago.
All of us have to run and hide when they come, even the women. They rape the women and then kill them. May God bring mercy on us because we don't know what we can do.
The Eritreans are not only still here, but a day into our journey, and we've already found evidence of fresh atrocities. We hear that the holy city of Aksum to the west has been sealed off by Eritrean soldiers for 12 days. We need to see for ourselves. So we head out towards Aksum, but don't get very far. Something's not right. The team car behind us radios in. There's a car coming. A UN driver flashes us a warning, but we decide to press on. Hello. Salam. Can we go ahead? We're gonna go. No problem. Thank you. But the road ahead is blocked. We get out of the car with our hands up and identify ourselves to the Ethiopian soldiers. Hey, hello. CNN. We're CNN, journalists. We are journalists. Sir, tell us.
Ask our commander.
We spoke. No. The soldier spots our camera. Sir. They're incredibly tense. It's okay. The soldiers close in on us. We asked there.
Why not asking our commander?
Sir, we asked. As we're pulled to one side, we turn on our covert camera. Are we detained? Unless we are detained, we're not giving them the camera. We'll only go to the administration, the civilian administration. If you want to have detained a CNN team, then that's what's happened now, because we're not going to the camp willingly. They have now said that we are allowed to go and meet the general in a civilian location. It is still against our will, but we're going. On our way to the headquarters, we're able to hide our footage, and we are later released. At the local hospital, we find out why the soldiers didn't want us to film. What happened? It's okay. You're clearly in shock. Just take a moment to breathe and then tell us what happened.
We were in the bus station when the shooting started. We were running, trying to get away, and that's when it happened.
This girl is so scared. She's covering her face, but she wants to tell us what happened, which is that a grenade detonated in front of a group of soldiers, and she says they started randomly opening fire on civilians. She is clearly not a soldier. She's a teenage girl, and she says that she was shot through the leg. This is the main route to Aksum. It's a vital supply artery, but for 12 days now, nothing has been able to pass. First checkpoint, Ethiopian soldiers let us through. Ahead, we've been warned by senior Ethiopian military sources we'll find Eritrean soldiers. As we crest the hill, before we reach the second checkpoint, we turn on our covert cameras.
Hello, sir. Can I show you our papers? We're CNN. Journalists, we have permission to travel.
These are Eritrean troops, captured here for the first time on camera. A ragtag army in their distinctive light-colored fatigues. Some are also wearing a previously retired Ethiopian army uniform, a clear bid to sow confusion as to whether they're Ethiopian or Eritrean.
The Eritrean soldiers are telling us that we don't have permission to travel, even though the Ethiopian soldiers waved us through. The other thing is, Eritrean soldiers are supposed to have begun withdrawing, but here they are, manning a checkpoint and blocking us from going forward. Hello, sir. Salamat, how are you? Journalists? We have permission. You're asking us to turn back? Okay, we've been sent back.
Both Eritrea and Ethiopia promised these troops would withdraw weeks ago. Yet this foreign force is still here and occupying, obstructing a key supply route with impunity. After calling the interim government, military contacts, and others, on our fourth attempt, we make it through. 3 days after setting off, we finally arrive in Aksum, a UNESCO heritage site, the holiest city in Ethiopia and a place of pilgrimage. But even the act of worship here is a dangerous one. The war is far away. At a local health facility, we see firsthand the consequences of this almost 2-week siege. 2-month-old Johannes's life has been hanging in the balance. His mother risked her life and his to get him past the soldiers encircling the city so that he can receive life-saving oxygen.
When he first got
It is heartbreaking and wrenching, and I don't know. I have no words to express myself, especially the Eritreans' rugged military, how much they are inflicting pain to our beloved people. Yes, as Ima said, they're supposed to leave, but I don't think that the fascist regime Abiy had the guts and what it takes to tell the Eritreans to withdraw from Tigray territory. The only option we have is to use our patriotic zeal and muscle to whip them out or to bury them wherever they are. Because such rugged, dangerous, inhuman army should not exist anywhere, let alone in Tigray.
Agree. So thank you, Ato Barakat. We're gonna wrap it up here, but before we do, I'm gonna give. I know Ephraim, I saw you shaking your head, disbelief. When I saw that video this morning, I was angry, but I watched it over and over. So that's a reality that our people are facing on a regular basis.
I don't know what to say. This is just, my people are dying. My people, they have not done anything wrong. Tigray people, they just randomly, they are scared. The teenager was scared. She cannot even say a word with the journalist of CNN. She said that they randomly start fighting, shooting to the civilians. Those are an army, official army, Ethiopian army, Eritrean armies. They're supposed to protect them. If you are in uniform, if you are army, what's the purpose of the uniform? What's the purpose of being an army? And what are they waiting for? The UN Security Council, the European Union. What is the world? This is CNN. CNN is the world media, the mainstream media, and they are telling them what's going on. What are they waiting? Why? My question is why? Why is these people are dying by those of army? I don't know. I don't know what to say. We need to do something. Otherwise, you know, we are getting angry. And are they expecting us to be lawless like them? Where we live? To be heard? Do we have to start being a violence, or do we have to burn something, or do we have to do something? We need to be. They need to hear. I mean, they need to see this CNN mainstream that they are giving us a clear report from Tigray, from Aksum, and we need help. I think we need to do something. This is a joke. I don't think I have a patience to wait any more than this. I'm sorry. I'm very emotional. Thank you.
Okay, we understand. Amharu, I'll let you put a thought on that video, and then I'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, first and foremost, I would like to thank Ima El-Bagir, very brave woman. She sacrificed her life, her time, her safety, and she got the experience. She covered the South Sudan genocide. She uncovered the Nigerian Boko Haram killings of Nigerian women, or those young women who were abducted by the Boko Haram militias, or whatever they call them, terrorists. So she knows what she's doing. She's a high-class CNN journalist, and God bless her, and thank you for her. After saying that, I would like to say what we have seen, what she did, what she have covered, is maybe 0.1% what has happened in Tigray. 0.1%, maybe. So we've been asking the international media, government of the United States of America, the European Union, the United Nations, just go check yourself, go investigate, go ask the people. Don't listen to the excuse, law enforcement war, whatever, which has been told by the sick and idiot government of Ethiopia and Eritrea. And again, even now, we are asking you, find out yourself. And I second to Ephraim. We are asking you to do something, because we want to be patient. We want to be people of discipline, and we want to make everything to be done in a civilized way. We're not asking to do for us any favor. Just do your job. The United Nations, do your job. That's it. The United States of America, you care about human rights. You care about women. You care about children. and you say you care about the world. Here you have the evidence. And do it. If the Tigrans retaliate and do something, please don't accuse the Tegaru. Number 3, what I want to say is, His Excellency, our leader Getachew, I've said it. We're not waiting nobody. These evil doers, these evil powers, they will be punished by the power of Tegaru. We believe on us. But please, don't come back again. Don't come back and try to arbitrate and say this and that. I have a confidence TDF will win. Tigray will win because we have a cause. We're not aggressors. We've never been aggressors. We've been labeled by the Ethiopian politicians, Tegaru, to look as bad as they can. They try to paint us all kind of colors. So the other point I would like to say is, this conflict just didn't happen right now. Before the division was created between the TPRDF for political groups, there was a campaign for a long time. Tegaru, we were called, we are the foreigners, the occupiers of Ethiopian people. Some people even, they went extra mile, they call us, an apartheid is going on in Ethiopia. They were saying 5 million people, they didn't say TPLF, 5 million people are conducting apartheid on 110 million people. So they have created the cliff. Who are these people? The Ethiopian nationalists. Again, back, I'll take you back. There are sick, mentally sick people. They call themselves Ethiopian nationalists. Sometimes they call themselves, we can imagine our, like Tiger, we are different people. We are people who descended from the line of Judea, all those bullshit stories, bullshit histories. They start on those bullshit stories, they accuse other people, but they flip and they call Tegaru as Jews, African Jews. And they call us, we are conducting apartheid in Ethiopia. This was before, this politics was going on before Abiy Ahmed came to power. Now, after Abiy Ahmed came to power, who was the major supporter of this sick idiot person? This Ethiopian nationalist. Therefore, all these killings, all these genocidal acts, all these atrocities, the rape, the intimidation is being conducted by the leadership of Abiy Ahmed, by Ethiopian nationalists, in support of, or by supporting, with the support of the Eritrean regime. Why did the Eritrean regime join with these forces?
I'm going to shorten you up a little bit. Sorry, we've gone a little bit more than I wanted to. So if you don't mind summing it up, and then I'm going to give Barakat a couple of minutes to sum it up.
Yeah. So to make it short, I would like to call the international community again, and the United States, which I live, to do the right thing. To do the right thing. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Just do the right thing. That's all. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Amharu. So, Barakat, I know that we got to close the segment, but before I do, if you want to take like a minute or two to have a thought, you're welcome to do so, sir.
I'm fine. I just want to say thank you so much for having us to express our profound sorrow and rage what's happening in Tigray, especially by those brute forces of Amhara militia. Also, they are part of this, and the Eritrean troops as well, because Amhara militias are under the skirts of the Eritrean troops that they are inflicting so much damage in Western Tigray, and that has to be clear as well. Therefore, the international community's lip service didn't take us nowhere, and now I believe on the strength of the Tigrayan people, especially the Tigray Defense Force. The reason that the whole world is talking about is because of their determination and heroism. There are so many communities like the Rohingya community that they don't have any in Burma, that they don't have any military strength, and they are been in the worst shape anywhere. But I'll take this opportunity. Long live the Tigray Defense Force. Don't spare our people. The victory is around the corner. Stay tuned. A lot of good things will come. Thank you, Mike, for having us.
Thank you all. We appreciate you. You guys heard it all. መጨረሻ ዝብለኩም ምክንያት እዚሁ ናሽናል ኮይና ንፈትሖ ዘይኮነሲ መስመርና ሓደ ኮይኑ ቃልስና ያው ዋላ ጉዕዞ እንተነውሐ ሓደ ቪድዮታት ርኢና ከምዚዩ እምበሽናልና ድሓን ኣነ ንባዕለይ እውን ብዙሕ ግዜ እምበሽናልና ኮንኩ ተዛሪበ እየ ግን ህዝብና ዝርገፅ ዘሎ ህዝብና ግፍዕ ዝስርሑ ዘሎ ብናይ ኣምሓራ ኣድሊት ብኣብይ ኣሕመድ ከምኡታት እውን ወራርቲ ሓይሊ ናይ ሕግደፋውያን ኤርትራ ንሕና እዚ ዝራሕ ዘሎ ግፍዒ እዚ ምንተኾነ ሒዚ ያው ህዝብና ይሳቀይ ዘሎ ግፍዕታት ዝሰርሕዎ ዘለዉ 12 መዓልቲ ካብ መቐለ ናብ ኣክሱም ምግቢ ከይመሓላለፍ ንህዝብና ዓፅዮም ሻዕብያ ሒዚ ምንተኾነ ሒዚ ሻዕብያ እዮም ዝጎድእዎ ዘለዉ ህዝብና ካብኡና ውሪኢኹም እቶም ኣምሓሩ ነቶም ጋዜጠኛታት ሕሊፎም ሰዲዶም እንዳሃለዉ ኣብ ሃገርና ግን እዚኦም ዘይረውሑ ንኢትዮጵያ ዲፈንስ ናይ መከላከያ ተባሂሎም ኤርትራ ድልዮቶም እናወነኑ ታሪሕኸ ታሪኢኹም ኢኹም ዝነበርዋ እቶም ሻዕብያ ዝነበርዋን እቶም ናይ ፌደራል ተባሂሎም ዝፅውዑ ዝነበርዋን ኣብኣ ቀረባ እዮም ነይሮም ግን ኤርትራ ከምዚ ገይሩ ብህዝብና መቐለዲ ገይርዎ ዝኒሄ ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ወታደር ከፊቱ በሪ ንዓእተይሉ ስለ ዝፀውዖ እዩ እምበር ኤርትራ ኮ ከምዚ ገይራ ንኣና ትደፍረሉ ግዜ ይመፀን ነይሩ ብህዝብና ግን ህዝብና ተሳቂዩ ስለ ዘሎ ድሕሪ ሒዚ ንሕና ነድሕርሕረሉ መገዲ የብልናን ኢትዮጵያ ዝበሃል ሃገር ኣይንፈልጥን ኢትዮጵያ ብድልየታ እንታይ ነይራ ትንበር ተዘይነራ ውሕጅ ውሰዳ ንሕና ብኡ ኣይንግደስን ኢና ህዝቢ ኣምሓራ ህዝቢ ካሊእ ሃገር ታራ ህዝቢ ሕማቅ ኣይንምነን ኢና ንሕና ኣብ ልምዲ ኣይኮነን መንነትና ንሕና ግን ክኽበር ኣለዎ ተጋሩ ኢና ኣክሱም ሽረ ዓድዋ መቐለ ዓዲግራት ኩሉ ከተማታት ትግራይን ሃገረሰብ ህዝቢ ግፍዒ ክሰርሐሉ ተሎ ናይ እስራኤላውያን ሓውና ኣንቶ ኣነ ዝጀመርኩሉ ከቕርበልኩም እየ ጎንደር ይቃፀል ኣይበለን ባሕሪ ዳር ይቃፀል ኣይበለን ትግራይ ክቃፀል እንተሎ ግን ንምንታይ ኢና መልሲ ዘይንህብ እዩ ዝበለ መልሲ ምሃብ ድማ ጉድኡ ንህዝቢ ኣይኮነን ስለዚሁ እዚኦም ግን መልሓሶም እናጠወዩ ሕሶት ተማሂሮም ዘይኮነ መገድታት እናኣተው ንህዝብና ግፍዒ ዝሰርሑ ዘለዉ ሓንከስ እናበሉ ረሳሓት ብኤዲስ ብካሊእ ነገር እውን ህዝብና እናምፁ ዘብልዎ ዘለዉ እዚ እዩ ዘቃፅለና ዘሎ ልብና ንሕና ግን ያው ኤፍሬም ኣይኖ ተናጅካ ኢኻ ነርካ ሒዚ ንሕና ክንጥንክር ኣለና ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ይመፅእ ኣሎ እዩ ኣብ ሜይ 21 22 ኣብ ሳን ፍራንሲስኮ ቤይ ኤርያ ጎልደን ጌት ብሪጅ ንገብሮ ዘለና ኩሉ ነፍሲ ወከፍ ትግራዋይ ይውፃእ ንዑ ሒዝማ ናይ መርዓ ግዜ ኣይኮነን ሒዝማ ናይ ተሕጓስ ግዜ ኣይኮነን ትንደትና ግን ብሓደ ኮይና ብኣድቮኬሲ ብዲፕሎማሲ ብሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ንስርሐሉ ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ማዕበል ተሃለወ ደቂ ተባዕትዮ ማዕበል ተሃለወ ደቂ ገለ እንተሃለወ ንሕና ኩልና ተጋሩ ኢና ንሓንቲ ሃገር ንትግራይ ግን ብሓደ ንሙተላ ንዑ ቦይንቶም ኣብ ሜዳ ትግራይ ዝነቡ ኣሕዋትና ክመቱ ክኳሽሑ ኣይኮነን ንሕና ኣብ ጎኖም ኮይንና ሒዚ ንሓግዞም نسرح سرحنا نتأنكر هزبنا أحواتنا حيزنا كابزيوم زني أحواتنا بانال كأون لحد تأخم دليكم زي أنا أقولكو يغني اللي كبرتي هذا اللي أو كتصال جزية خن الرخينا سايبر باور تجراي بإنجليزية أنقا بمحارنيا لما أنت باس أيتنا كمنا فريم دليت نيرات إياه يكرتا أو كاري جزية أمسخرنا برنامجنا حيزنا موصل حيزي أو حادث ساعة برنامجنا خن عاصينا نمكور زلنا سمعتنا من تا ختكاتاتنا بدن بجيركم نانوحنا يزروا أنا بتلاقي تزارب نكون في كرتا.
Thank you. أنيلنا.
Thank you. نا بقى أنا فكرنا كم قانينا أنا حواتي أبزرات بسلامة سلسلة قنينا دحان حضروا دحان وحدوا